Welcome back. Alibaba held the very first business activity event in Indonesia aiming to help business players from China and Indonesia to do business. And the event also part of Indonesia's 31st Trade Expo that is happening in Jakarta.
The annual Indonesia Trade Expo just took place, where business players around the world are trying to do business with Indonesia. The trade minister, in their remarks, is targeting a trade transaction in the Trade Expo to reach $800 million, which is low compared to last year's achievement of $900 million. And within the Trade Expo event is the business activity held by China's e-commerce giant Alibaba. Now, this business activity is aimed to boost trade and cooperation between Indonesian and Chinese SMEs and companies, and during the already slowing down trade compared to last year. Attending the event are business players from China that is seeking to sell products in Indonesia, and also Indonesian business players as well. The event initiator says that the event is also to introduce the Indonesian culture to Chinese business players to further boost future cooperations outside of business between China and Indonesia.
So although the delegation they came to Indonesia for the original purpose is to sell their products to Indonesia, but then our purpose and Alibaba's purpose is actually to introduce Indonesia to them.
Alibaba's Director of Indonesia region, Mr. Alex Jong, explains that the high labor cost in China is one of the things that is pushing business players in China to move labor to Indonesia.
Cheap, right? But actually in China right now the labor cost is not cheap anymore, so they want to have some cooperation with local companies, whether they can have some cooperation to improve the productivity in Indonesia, and also can have selling to back to China or to other country. It also makes sense.
Attendees showed their optimism in the activity and is sure it can boost their business. Indonesia.
Saya cukup optimis ya dengan acara yang diadakan oleh Alibaba ini, meskipun baru pertama kali, tapi saya harap juga acara ini bisa dari sini akan ada banyak pertukaran informasi maupun usaha-usaha yang bisa kita lakukan ke depannya.
Among the presentations were rules on tax and how to establish new companies in Indonesia, and also data on the current e-commerce trends by a Lazada representative. The business activity continues on from Wednesday to Friday and is the first time of such events held by Alibaba in Indonesia. Robert and Purba,
Elipsis Welt.
Jakarta.